Hello and happy Saturday! It is that time again. Just turning my volume down slightly because I've got Slowfi blasting in my ears, which is not what I had intended. But I was looking at this at the coach, and I kind of want to have a bit more brightness on the coppery sections. So I'm going to add a tiny, or it's like a bronze. I'm going to add a tiny highlight of some copper on there, and then we shall see. Remember to turn my closed caption on for those people who benefit from that. I hope everyone's doing well. And that everyone's had a good week. Mine was a bit chaotic, so I'm glad it's the weekend. It's even yesterday when I technically had time off, I was just doing stuff all the time, really. I've been cut all the grass and trimmed back part of the hedge, and we've got this really big thorny, like a rose bush in the front garden, which for some reason keeps growing like absolute crazy, despite me not touching it at all. It seems to really like neglect. It just completely overhangs like the path to the front door, so poor delivery drivers and stuff have to either walk on the grass or duck underneath this thorny bloody plant. So I trimmed that back a lot. Got tiny little scratches and scrapes everywhere from thorns, and for some reason we have brambles in our hedge, which keep growing through as well, so I had to pull that out. And cut a load of the grass. Front garden, parking area, just made myself entirely useful yesterday, and the dog had to go to the groomer, which was also important, so did that as well. But I had a very lazy morning this morning. Nivian was very kind to me and got up first and let the dog out of his bed, let him in the garden and stuff, and kept him company for a bit. And hey, Painted, you alright? Bonk indeed. Yeah, so he let the dog in the garden and...
I'm not a shrink!
Oh, thank you. It's the self-care bomb. That's a nice stretch. Hydrate. Very nice, thank you. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the busy day yesterday. Boom, indeed. How are you? Are you having a good day? I'm actually really warm. I'm going to see if I put the AC on a bit higher. Or lower, I suppose. Stretch. Decidedly meh today. No apparent reason, but no, sometimes you just have those days. You wake up and it's just like, eh. I have them a lot, so I don't like. I sympathise and I understand. I'm feeling meh doesn't need to have a reason, right? You can just be a bit off. Like here at the moment, the weather is really weird. It's still hot and very muggy, but it's also going to thunder. Like the forecast says thunderstorms, so it's these really weird, sticky weather that just has people annoyed. I would not at all be surprised if something like that affected you as well. Don't know what your weather is like at the moment. Don't know exactly where you are based, actually. I'm sure I would have known, but my memory, as we all know, is not the best. Overcast and muggy, yeah, well. That to me is plenty of reason to be meh. Oh, the Midlands, that's right. Yeah, I feel like weather and sunshine or lack thereof has a big effect on me anyway. So I imagine that it affects other people too. But not to say that's the reason why you're feeling icky. Do you have anything to do today? Anything that you're up to, or just a quiet day? Just chill day? Nice. Think you might do some hobby, or not really feeling it? Trying to find something that grabs your attention, yeah. Well, could be anything, I suppose. Hello, Dagamad. How are you? How are you? I'm alright. I am very glad it's Saturday. I have movie night tonight, which I am kind of looking forward to. I think we might be watching Constantine, which should be a good time. Tuck it out, but good. As long as you're feeling good, then being tuckered out is not a bad thing. In my opinion, anyway. I'm wondering if this is something that can be glazed. Did boxing for the first time in years yesterday morning, then clubbing. Oh god, yeah, you would be dead after that. I would be anyway. If for no other reason than a very strenuous exercise and then a late night afterwards. Did you have a good time? Both with the boxing and the night out? If a voice like a pepper grinder this morning. Yeah, trying to shout over over music and stuff. It gets gravelly real quick. Had a blast? Awesome. Super worth it then. Did you go out with friends or was it a I'll head out and I'll see where I end up kind of night? Oh, you're not the event runner. That's cool. So you get to see all the exciting sides of it. That's cool. Nearly. Nearly. Right, okay. Oh, Christ. Right, a reddish. Probably reddish brown. Try this one. Get involved supporting events early on. Now you know who does what where. Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah, that gives you all the ins and outs and lets you get into events that other people might not get into, or also I suppose see a more interesting side of stuff when you're if you're lucky enough to like get invited to after parties or VIP areas and stuff. That's very cool. I don't really go out anymore. I feel like those days are over. I'm a bit, I wouldn't say too old, but I still occasionally enjoy it, but it's so it takes me probably about 4 or 5 days to get over a hangover. So it just doesn't feel very good anymore. Start slightly darker. Yeah, I very rarely go out now. If I do, it's usually with work, and I do still enjoy it. But when you go out with work, you don't really want to get drunk anyway. So that's my my way of sort of staying healthy-ish. You never really did, yeah. And I did when I was younger. Not really anymore. I might have 1 or 2 drinks just because I like the taste, but not to get drunk anymore. It just doesn't flim my flams, as Jay would say. And hangovers are not worth it. But even losing out on the sleep is problematic for me. Not as bad as if it would be if I mixed alcohol in, but yeah, the only time I really drink now is if I'm with really close friends, and it's people I haven't seen in a very long time, and we're hanging out at a convention or something like that. That's when I might have a few more drinks than normal, but it's one of those things, like if a doctor asks me, do you drink? The answer is basically less than 1 unit a month normally, so it's I ordered a couple of new brushes yesterday, as I have been meaning to for a long time. You drink with your gaming buddies, so have a beer with them tomorrow. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I used to drink things like, well, just whatever beer was cheapest when I was younger. Go out to like squatters bars and stuff and just drink whatever they had on tap for at the time, like €2 or something like that. But now I only ever buy or drink whatever is tasty. I won't just drink for the sake of drinking anymore. What are you doing tomorrow? You gaming? You playing Warhammer, or have you got something else planned? Not sure. If I'd like complex game boards, you don't 40k. Yeah, no. I've only ever played, I think, 1 game of Underworlds and a small, I think it was 1,000 points of Age of Sigmar. The idea of anything bigger kind of scares me. Combination of too many rules to remember, and just getting bored halfway through. I'd be worried that I'd be that person who would be sitting on their phone while the other person is having their turn, and I really don't want to. I don't want to be that person. If I'm playing a game with someone, I want to be engaged and involved, and I guess it depends on how the other person plays as well. Some people are just super slow. Like my mum used to have a friend when I was growing up, and she would like we used to play board games quite regularly when I still lived at home, and this friend would occasionally we'd play something like Scrabble or Rummikub. I don't know if Rummikub is a game that traveled outside of the Netherlands, but it's basically numbers that you have to either match up the same numbers or series of numbers and in colors and stuff. This woman would quite happily sit there for half an hour, then rearrange the whole board just to be able to position one tile. And I find few things more infuriating than sitting there for that kind of game style. That's, yeah, not my bag. Not my bag at all. I want everyone to have a good time and not one person sitting there playing to, well, I don't even know if it was play to win. It was just play the game as the best way possible. So, just play and have a good time. Don't be a weirdo. Last board game about running a winery. You had different quality wines and how to make them regions. That sounds really fun. It also sounds very complicated. Was it very complicated or was it alright? I used to play a lot of board games. Like we had a shitload of the 999 games. Like I think they've done. They were the ones who created Catan. But like games like Machiavelli and what's the other one called? You know, the one where you just place land tiles and you put like your little men on them to claim them. Carcassonne. Machiavelli was great, but I now wouldn't have the patience for it anymore. I'm too. Yeah, don't have the patience for it anymore. Sounded tedious to me, but it grew on you. Winning helped totally crush it your first time. It's always nice when it's when it goes that way. I enjoyed the game called Clank, where you're traveling down a dragon's lair and have to go find treasures. It's a board game, and then come back out with your treasures. And once one person makes it out, everyone else has to go out because the dragon gets alerted that you've been in his lair. And also, if you make too much noise, the dragon also gets alerted, and you have to all try and flee the underground passages. Really fun, but it's quite a tricky game because it really relies on your other on how other people play. Your wife loves Rummikub. You used to play Rummy Card. I don't actually know the Rummy Card game. Is it good? Trying to get rid of this little bit of fluff that's stuck to my... First it was stuck to my PC screen, now it was stuck to my hand. I think I've lost it now. Card game is fun unless you play with your older brother, he just wins. Oh god. One of those. My brother always used to win as well. Well, he's very clever, he's just one of those really smart people who just... almost annoyingly good at everything. Rather, it would be annoying if he wasn't such a gem. But, some games just have a beta, and if you use it, you win all the time. Yeah. Like a meta. Yeah. I've always just wanted to play games for fun and not to win. Winning is fun, obviously, it helps. But I don't want to win if it means that other people are having a miserable time. Very much not my idea of a good time. So, a rock climbing is expected way to be to climb. All right. We may find another way with this one to surefire. Yeah, that makes sense. We don't have to follow the same path as everyone else. But if this is a successful route and you know that it's going to work, then why not, right? Hi, how are you today, Ben? You alright? Decent, I'm glad to hear it. Decent is not bad. Yeah, I'm alright. I am alright. Very glad it's the weekend. I really wish it always was the weekend, but here we are. Suit is now tighter. Nice. Did you go for a fitting and it's not as baggy anymore? As it was it baggy before, or what was the? 20K. Wow. I thought you went for a refit, but it's you're just bulking out. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're suddenly. Well, I say suddenly. Over the last years, you've done an insane amount of physio and stuff. It doesn't surprise me. The 20 kilograms is awesome. Very nice. Especially considering you're not a short guy. You're I'm happy for you that you're packing on the muscle again. You lost 10 last year. Want to lose a 15, but no, 10 would also be fine. I'm a massive yo-yo. At the moment, I'm just massive. But I always sort of lean towards the heavier side of the spectrum. When I moved to England, I was skinny for my yeah, I was probably about how much did I weigh? 67 or something like that, which is for me was unheard of. I was skinny as. Now I'm like 90. I'm quite heavy at the moment. Hindsight says that was muscle and muscle definition. Yeah. Well, that's the thing about muscle, isn't it? If you don't use it, It goes quick, unfortunately. Apparently there is such a thing as muscle memory, though. Like, not just muscle memory as in, like, oh, I'll remember how to do this, but your muscles actually remember what they were like. If you've been very fit for a while and you, for whatever reason, lose that, it tends to be easier to get back up to what you were before than doing it the first time. Or so I've been told, anyway. I haven't noticed, to be honest. Right. Pop this on for a minute. Cool. Do a little bit more on the spring stuff, but with a flatter brush. Yeah, so they say. Should probably try it sometime, but I just, at the moment, don't have the energy. And I say, oh, well, yeah, I get more energy from exercising a lot. So I don't know, but... Oh, thank you. Good idea. Very nice. Distraction. I do like a good stretch. Yeah, they say like, oh yeah, if you get back into exercising, you'll get more energy. Like, yeah, but it's the freaking I don't have time. Or I'd have to get up really early and, with all due respect, F that. F that. All these people who are ridiculously fit and successful and stuff, and I have no idea how they manage it. No idea at all. Because I am neither fit nor successful, so... I'm trying to work out, I'm gonna have to... I just don't know if I have the top of the box anymore. I don't actually know how these guys are supposed to go on. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's not really representative, is it? Influencers don't count. Because they don't have a day job and you had a doctor's appointment exactly the time last time you streamed. How dare they? Very inconsiderate, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh god, okay, he's supposed to be glued on there. That explains what the gap is for, but now I have to do more brown. Okay. Fantastic. This guy... That's fair enough, he can go there, I know that. How are you, Gary? You alright? I hope your doctor's appointment went well. That guy goes in here. But that last guy... You know, I am early actually. I am early. We had a shitload of heat mowing yesterday. And you're recovering. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, I am actually early, so you're not late. I am early because I have I have movie night tonight, so I was like, I probably should start a bit earlier so I can finish a little bit earlier. Oh, and another one's supposed to be glued in. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. More wood. Fine, fine. I didn't want to paint my models anyway. I'll just paint more wood. You'll have to ask Nivian. Her. It can be a shock when you realise the extent of things in this world that are just social construct and not actually real. The measure of success is one of them. Yeah, that's true. It's just easy to feel like you're not living up to the expectations of society, I suppose. Like, I'm supposed to be able to have a full-time job and do my hobbies and exercise and eat healthy. Like the chromatic looking thumb. Yeah, they're like, I've done half. So half there and half there. It's a very flashy colour, and it does different things in different lights as well. It's, thank you. Right, this can go. Yeah, it's easy to feel like you're not not living the life you're supposed to be living if you set yourself unreasonable expectations. Like, we shouldn't be looking at so-called influencers for fitness tips or anything like that, because that is just what they do. Their life is fitness, so they can be. The thought daily is not a good thought. No, exactly. It's not very healthy, and it's not good for you. It's very easy to feel like what you're doing isn't what you're supposed to be doing or what society feel. Yeah, it's just capitalism, having a job, etc. just isn't made for humans, not at this level. No, I agree. Status is a huge social measure. It's why people become doctors and work so hard they don't have time to enjoy their money. Yeah. I feel like 3 hours of work a day should be it. Yeah. Or like work 2 days, 5 days off or something like that. or 2.5 days. I'm very much, I just don't have the attention span for it. So when I need to focus for a long time, I find it really, really exhausting, and I want to be doing things that give me energy and not drain me, which is it's a bit unfair, really. Oh, comparison 100% is the thief of joy. I feel like anyone who compares themselves to other people will end up being unhappy, because there's not really any way to really fit into someone else's life. It's just not realistic. Like, we're not we're not supposed to be other people, and what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for someone else. So it's oh, there are super miserable millionaires, but it's a lot easier to cry in a Ferrari than it is on a bike, so a lot less miserable. People used to believe it sucked to be feudal, but the reality was it was a set level of work. You had no expectations to change your status, so you just got on with it. Yeah, the trouble with feudal is that you had to work for your feudal lord, and then they say, oh, there's a set level of work, but then after that is when the work for yourself starts. So it's there's a level of misconception about that as well. Your mindset can make anything worse, 100%. 100%. But I was talking to a lady who did my ADHD assessment a while ago, and she was saying that something I hadn't really considered at the time. I was just telling her how frustrating work was, because I was just struggling to finish anything because of how the job is laid out, and how I constantly feel like I'm not performing to the level that I should be performing, because I'm not able to do the things that I should be doing. She said, well, you would be exhausted then at the end of the day, because if the tasks that you're told you're supposed to be doing, and there is no there is no way to finish those tasks, if your mindset is that you need to be finishing those tasks to be able to get that little bit of like feeling of reward or self-worth, I suppose. If this is a task that has no end, when are you supposed to feel like you've accomplished something? And I was like, oh, that's actually I hadn't really considered that before. So America is bringing back feudal divine right. Yeah, God, don't. Yeah, it's stuff like things like managing a couple of email inboxes and stuff. If your goal is to bring the inbox to 0, or to handle all the tasks in the inbox, and the inbox is stuff never goes down, or because there's constantly more stuff coming in, how are you supposed to feel any sense of accomplishment from that if you're not able to reward yourself for the work that you've already done that day? And it's yeah, actually hit home to me, because I was like, oh yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. I keep looking at it as like, oh, it's still not finished, but actually I've done a shitload. It's just not visible because there's just more going on. So quite tired. You believe it never really changed. It's the illusion is different. In the US, the illusion is breaking. Yeah, I think at the moment in America, more and more people are beginning to realize that what they've been spoon-fed all their lives isn't necessarily the American dream. Like they think that they've got. They think that what is the American dream is real and achievable and stuff, but in reality it's not really achievable or attainable for most people. I think a lot of people are finally beginning to see that it's not it might not be the greatest country in the world after all. That disillusion is painful though. Flying busloads of American citizens and deporting them, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's splitting up families, people who've been in the country for 30 odd years, have kids in the country who are American citizens. People aren't seeing it. Or refusing to acknowledge it because it doesn't fit their narrative. I hope there'll be riots, and I don't mean that in the sense that enticing riots or anything like that, but I do feel like hopefully people will finally realize that what they think is happening isn't actually what's happening. But here we are. Here we are. Poverty by America is about the system is designed to siphon money out of the system and keep people poor. Yeah. Well, people being rich is not a goal, is it? Like, you can't exploit people who are rich because they've got ways to get around the exploitation. This is why rich people pay very little tax. Why poor people are taxed on everything. Oh yeah, 100%. I feel anyone with, like, more than 1.5 million, like, any money that they make over that point should just automatically be fed to schools, libraries, public services, all of that. People should not be able to be that rich. It's just insane. But then I'm a liberal and a crazy person and crazy leftist. I guess that just happens when you grow up with not very much. And see things, or learn to see things from different perspectives. Back in the New Deal glory days of America, the tycoons were taxed 90%. Well, that would be sensible. Like, anything over a certain amount should get heavily taxed. You shouldn't have the incentive to get that rich. It should be... yeah. Anyway. It's the joys of middle/lower income life, is that you realize that things are very poorly distributed. No one needs over 1 billion. I think a 1 billion is still crazy. I think a couple of million is shitloads in my opinion. You can quite happily retire on a couple of million. Never have to work a day in your life if you spend it sensibly rather than buying yourself 6 different cars. Huge barriers to being rich. You have to have a car, a decent job or business, a credit, property, and that's just to be okay. Yeah, exactly. $100 million is good for 99% of the people. For a lifetime, it's actually enacted. You have to start at 1 billion. Yeah, I mean, no one. The richest people won't go for anything less, right? And since they're the ones passing the laws, essentially, by virtue of supporting certain people. You by yourself make more than 50% of American households together, you make more than 70, you're just okay and don't really have retirement sorted. No, exactly. And that's just hoping that you don't get health problems or anything like that. I feel like that's the scariest thing to me in America. The way healthcare is organised, or not organised, I suppose. The fact that you can have £50,000 in savings, or dollars in savings, get cancer and just be homeless. A lot of poor people, at least in America, are defensive of billionaires because they themselves feel like they're deserving of having gotten lucky. So yeah, because it's the way people are. That's what I was saying earlier, right? They believe in the system that doesn't work the way they think it does. I still think like I just need my lucky break or trickle down economics or whatever. It's like, darling, only this shit trickles down the tree. Money does never. It gets stuck on the branches at the top. Don't vote for what really supports us. No, which is problematic. I watched a video the other day of a woman who was like a lifetime like Trump supporter and everything. And she was someone called her out on something that she was saying online about a policy that she was certain was correct or something that was going on. She actually started researching, and she posted a video of her research of what she discovered during her research and how completely she changed her mind since, which to me is promising that some people at least are able to see the light. Healthcare is just awful. You think we should talk about pain? Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I don't really follow politics because it stresses me out. I don't watch the news or anything like that because I can't change anything anyway. So, which is a bit fatalistic, but I just want to sit here and paint my little minis and have enough money to paint my little minis and be happy and healthy. Like, the dream would be to not have to work and to just be able to paint my little minis. Or that the little minis would be the work or something like that. But at the same time, like, I'm very aware that that's not really realistic. Hi, White Wolf. Hi, yes, you are our joy. Whenever White Wolf joins, he lights up the room. Spark joy. He just wants to be happy. Yeah, well. It's true, though. You knew there was a reason your ball gag started to glow blue. What's it called, your ball gag? Like, it's obviously not sting. Is it like... choke? Philip. That's oddly specific. Happiness can only be found in what you have, not what you want or seek. Someone clever probably said that once. Yeah. It's the whole... back to the whole, comparison as a thief of joy, right? You ask a lady's name and she tells you. Yeah, well, that's true. As long as you don't ask her her age or her weight, you're fine. You actually should have whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be, darling. For the next hour, I'll be whoever you want me to be. You're clipping that and adding it to your robot. Go for it. Go for it. You have my permission to clip and use. Or abuse, whatever you want to call it. Permission granted. Are there any other phrases you want me to huskily whisper into the microphone? Say what? Yeah. Oh, sorry. You don't have permission. How dare you? Not even sorry. No, quite right. One of our World of Warcraft friends, his Discord was hacked earlier, and he he sent every single group chat that he was in, and like, so he sent links to his so-called OF, and this guy is probably about, well, he's about a head taller than I am. I'm 5'8", so make of that what you will. And he has the deepest voice ever. Like if anyone asks me, do you know someone with a deep voice? His voice is the first one that comes up. It's like ridiculous. And we're joking about his OF and what that would entail, and I said, yeah, you should just narrate the male point of view of smut books, and you could make an absolute killing on OF, because women would pay for that. It's I wish I had a clip of it, because it is something special, really. It's even more so when he just wakes up. So he's early in the morning. It's even deeper. We used to do Saturday morning World of Warcraft stuff, and he would be online, and he would just sound like a gravel pit, really. It's fantastic. It really was fantastic. It's the kind of content women pay to listen to. BM looks good for the new patch. Good. I am happy for you. I haven't even looked at Shaman yet, to be honest. No idea what it's going to be like. I hope it's going to be okay and not an absolute show. Or post-alcohol evening, yeah. Even more gravelly. Yeah, so... It's going to be on the inside, but just in case. Yeah, he sounds like... I don't know. I can't do it, so it's I'll see if I can get him to voice something for us, and I'll put a little message in the Discord with it, because it's honestly quite special. I remember once when Amiria spoke after one of those, it was... Yeah, but it was ridiculous. It sounded like some... Yeah, it sounded like a voice actor had a little moment of inspiration, and yeah. He did have a good night that night, I think. He's a bit like, personality-wise, he's a bit like White Wolf. He's one of those people you're just very happy to know, because he's just really special and really nice, generous, and good fun to be around. Yes, exactly. Awesome human. Do with that information what you will, White Wolf. It's yours to... This is where you come when you have self-doubt. Good. Good. Do that. That's actually surprisingly close. I was expecting this to be a nightmare, but it's not that bad. Neat. Yeah, but you're... All joking aside, you are genuinely one of the kindest and well, one of the best people that I have had the pleasure of meeting, so... Well, like, not in person, obviously, but... I've got to be a better human than some of the ones I've met. I mean, to be fair, I feel like I've been really lucky with the Twitch community as a whole. People who've been... I'll give some roll back slightly for my AC, because I am I don't think 25 was the goal, thank you. Thank you. I genuinely have had like nothing but really good people here. I've had one strange person once who made me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but they quickly stopped when I showed that it was a little bit uncomfortable. So yeah, no, I'm and everyone on Twitch is just so supportive. Let me caveat that everyone in the miniatures and hobby category on Twitch is such a nice and supportive and positive person. You're a strange person, but in a good sort of way. You're an awesome person. For what it's worth, I'm always really happy when you show up. Like, oh, Gary's here. So, yeah. It's easy to see the world in shades of grey, not in the fun shades of grey. But when I'm around people here, I just feel like, yeah, it feels nice, and people are good and supportive and positive, and you've had a couple of assholes, but mostly Twitch is pretty wholesome. Yeah. Speaking of shades of grey, any smut lately? I mean, it's like 95% of what I read. So what kind of question are you? Are you after suggestions? Are you after? Just ask the lady who works at Cadbury's if she's had any chocolate later yet. Oh god, yes. Yeah, it's like 95% of what I read. To be fair, a lot of the fantasy that I read is like categorized as smut, but isn't really smut in my opinion. I don't feel like if a book has one spicy scene in it that it suddenly is smut. The same way that if there is a spicy scene in a movie, that it wouldn't automatically be classed as porn. In the US, romance novels are popular enough for romance-only bookstores. Yeah, absolutely. Everything you read is Black Library. Yeah, no, I've read my first 40k novel, and I actually enjoyed it. So I will be reading more in the future. They're just a lot more hard work than the stuff that I normally read, because I actively have to think about what I'm reading. Yeah, exactly. Well, they call it smut, but it's not really smut. It's just a book with a bit of spice in it, and it's not. You read it for the story, not just for the. It's not smut unless they run out of adjective-free heat and moisture. Oh man, there's some pretty shocking descriptions in some books. Also things that put you off, like, almost immediately. Funny thing is, I don't read those books for supposed excitement or whatever. They don't do anything for me in that way. I just enjoy the content and like living vicariously through other people. Not that I'm not getting any of that, but it's like, I just like it when other people are happy and having a good time. But certain phrases, just immediately, like, ugh. In the Fall of Cadia, you couldn't like a bad guy more than Abaddon. It's not smut unless it features a members only club. Yeah, I'm not, like, I don't read them for the titillation. No, I'm trying to keep my stream not too naughty, but yeah, it's I don't find them particularly excitable myself. It's just I like when the people in the story are having a good time. So it's one of the reasons why I don't read books normally that make me sad, because I don't like it when the people in the books aren't happy. Which is why I find stuff like Warhammer books so much more difficult to read, because it's not. No one in a Warhammer book is having a good time. Like, no one in Warhammer universe is having a good time. But yeah, things like when they start describing that area as moist folds, you immediately I check out. That is like, oh man. Or velvet covered steel for just hork. There have to be better ways to describe these things, come on. Why are you making me want to gag? The dew over trenches. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is unhinged. You do like romance and rom-coms and stuff. You're always a love fan. Yeah, same. I like love. Love is nice. It's something that I wish on everyone, so it's nice to sort of immerse myself in that when I can. There's some tropes that I'm a bigger fan of than others, like big fan of the enemies to lovers kind of thing, big fan of the oh no, there's only one bed at the inn kind of stuff. Not a big fan of things where it's communication, like if only they talk to each other. Like if they'd said, oh hello, this thing happened, it might look like this, but it's not. And like, yeah, I find that less fun. Like, just talk, just say something. If you haven't noticed, you're a bit creative. It's a weapon you keep sheathed. that's what he said, kind of. Ay, ay, ay. I feel that's a phrase that could at least partially go into a smutty book. Different meaning, obviously. So, miniature painting, yes. Orange of my Fanta. Yeah, I think I've actually sort of finished the coach itself now. So I feel like time for the ghosty dudes. I'm also looking forward to my new brushes arriving. I ordered 3 brushes from Rosemary & Co. this time. And I have no idea, because it's always funny to me that like two size 2 brushes from 2 different companies can be 2 completely different sizes. So I have no idea what kind of sizes are going to show up. But I hope... Oh, that's a bit on the runny side. I hope they'll be what I want. I've ordered a 3, a 5 and a 7 of their pointed sable brushes, of which I already have a couple, so I feel like if I get bigger ones of those, then cherry in my bake while the pork in my pie. Oh man. Especially to an American as well. Like, Bakewell? pork in your pie? Ugh. You hold the back of your hands and go, oh god. Turn it into pottery class. I know. It's been many, many, many years since I've watched that. We love a good story, like thought-provoking stuff like Cyberpunk as a genre, not that Cyberpunk. Yeah. Movie goes, Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore. Oh man. Classic. So many really good movies that I completely forget about until all of a sudden I remember them. Also stuff that is like not particularly good, but I still remember really, really fondly. Like I've been meaning to rewatch the movie The Others. Is it Nicole Kidman in that one? I can't remember. But I feel I'm a little bit worried that my positive memories of that movie are going to be completely wiped out the moment I watch it again. No idea if that holds up or if it was as good as I remember, if I just, because my English at the time when I watched it maybe wasn't fantastic, I don't know. Every once in a while you get shocked by how bad something ages, yeah. My mum is in the process of moving house and she's been holding on to a lot of my shit, essentially. Comic books, books, lots of stuff that I was just left in her attic because she had the space and I didn't have a way to move it to England, really. And clearly, it's been 10 years, nearly 11 years. I haven't really missed any of it, so can't have been that important. But we're also talking about some of the comics that she still has, and the fact that some of these things really have not aged well at all. Not at all. You better make some actual food. I mean, if you've had a really rough night, I would highly recommend it. Not Riley, but highly. Ideally something nice and solid. See if you can get some, maybe some diced potatoes, fry those, maybe with some bacon lardons. Fry an egg with it or something. If you can stomach it, obviously. Oh no, you don't drink, so you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about hangover, regurge. You had bacon rolls for lunch, very nice. I actually made burgers for lunch today. Because I know I won't have a lot of time to make dinner tonight, and Nivian's already been to Carrie this morning. I felt like, you know, if I make burgers, he took the dog out for his like a park walk. And I thought if I make burgers, then we don't need to worry too much about making dinner before I have my movie night tonight. And we can just have something lighter later on. And it was alright. Came out alright. Not complaining. I think it's Constantine. I want to say. Let me have a look. Oh, hello, camera. Thank you. At least some image would be nice. Let me have a look. Let's check the straw poll. I am not a robot. Go away. Results. Yeah, Constantine. So that should be fun. You have burgers for dinner. Nice. Breakfast will be eggs and chicken sausage. Nice. Oh, wheat bread. Very nice. Yeah, would be Keanu Constantine. Oh, I imagine so. There was no date on it. So if it's not Keanu Constantine, I'm going to be less enthusiastic. If health were not an issue, your body would be perfectly happy eating nothing but cheese on bread and bratwurst. I mean, cheese on bread. If you look at the Dutch as a nation, they eat an absolute ridiculous, like, scary amount of cheese on an annual basis. It's usually on bread for lunch. And they might have a slice of bread with hagelslag, basically chocolate sprinkles, to go with it. Breakfast, usually either a sandwich or like an open sandwich like that as well. And I think the Dutch as a nation are one of the healthier nations in the world. So it depends on what you eat with it. And if you have your bratwurst with, say, andijvie-stampot, which is endive potato mash, or with sauerkraut or something like that in a potato mash, you can pretend you're Dutch and still be pretty healthy. Your cholesterol is genetically high. Ooh, yeah. You like the Constantine movies and series. Yeah, is that the guy? I can't remember the, I just remember a blonde guy. I don't actually know who he is now, if I think about it. Heard there's a Bambi horror. I mean, Bambi itself wasn't particularly kid-friendly, if I'm honest. At least I don't think it's particularly kid-friendly. It's, let's see if I can... Okay. Matt Ryan. Who dat? Matt Ryan is the guy who did Constantine in the movie, in the series. Matt Ryan. Yeah, that's him. Cute. It's close to the source material in Keanu, but I do like both versions. I mean, Keanu is just a gem, so I find that always pleasant to watch, because he's just such a all-round superstar. But I know what you're saying, where stuff just... it's nicer to sometimes watch things that are more closely related to the source. Original Disney license expires soon. Now I have Winnie the Pooh horror, Bambi. Oh wow. Mickey Mouse. Oh my god. That is hideous. I mean, it makes sense. It was like the 1930s, I think. Was it 19... it was very early for Bambi and Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and stuff. That was all. Ah, the original Robin Hood. That was so good. I feel like an entire generation of women had a crush on that fox growing up. Bambi was 1942, yeah, ridiculous. It's funny to me that all these Disney movies have very little to do with the original German fairy tales that they're based on. Recently made Snow White a horror, but unintentionally. How'd you do that? What, a cartoon Snow White or a movie? Like, actors and stuff. Snow White already has been made. Oh yeah, I mean, there is proper adult versions of, I think, every movie like that. Surprisingly, I imagine the proper adult movie version of The Sleeping Beauty is probably more close to the source material than the Disney version was. The new live action was just that bad. Oh god. Cinderella. Oh jeez. I don't really watch enough movies or TV to be fully up to date on what's going on in the land of movies, I guess. I like movie names that get twisted into point and you find them hilarious. Yeah, they are funny. Yes. Yes, I forgot about that one. Jurassic Park. No. Oh, jeez. That's great, though. It's fantastic. It's a great laugh for everyone, isn't it? That kind of stuff. It is to me anyway. I find it really entertaining. Sometimes corn stuff is more like creative than the real deal, so can't really fault them for being creative. I didn't know about that one. That's great. The worst one was Lord of the Ring. Oh god. That's a good contribution, Thomas. I appreciate that. It's like, how do you guys know all these names? It's like, we were teenagers. We were teenagers once. Why is there straw everywhere? I don't know. Are you gonna... ¿Por qué no los dos? Exactly, yes. Thanks, George. Do you think you can hear Dad? I think we can hear Dad. Maybe. Yeah, he's still a little bit snorty, but he's not, Yay, it's Dad! He's not, like, constantly choking on whatever it was that he was choking on for a while. He's very excited to hear the garage door. It's very cute. You can hear him like behind me. He's just ecstatic that his dad's on the way. Hello. thank you so much for the follow. I hope you are having a lovely Saturday. Oh my goodness, tea! And a snack? Ah! Nice. You made George very happy when he heard the garage. At first, when he heard the house, he barked, and then he heard the garage door, and he just was. Yeah, well, he was very excited when he heard the garage door here open and huffing. Hi, Niv. Hey, Niv. He says hello. Vivian has been working on a white knight. And it looks really, really cool already. Oh shoot, I've just I'm gonna rub my eye and I just bonk into my glasses. What an idiot. Have I got a white of any type? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, a literal white knight, yes. Like a knight with... Oi, oi, Savaloi, how are you? Like, really nice, like a bone white with gold trim. Looks really cool. God, this is proper disastrous, this. Be so nice if we could see. What's the Niv working on? Yeah, the White Knight. And I just it's yeah, it looks sick, to be honest. Planes, nah. He did buy an Apache helicopter from Riyadh when he went there, the Royal International Air Tattoo, the military plane show thing. This is disgusting, but...
Do you need me to get your glasses wiped?
No, there's glasses wipes in my drawer here, but I've actually managed, it's good enough. No, I know, I have an actual spray with a proper good cloth and stuff, but it's in the house, it's fine. Normally I don't use my t-shirt, but this is much better than it was. So am I. 2+ hours of annoyance. Oh, the net is back. Oh god, yeah. Did you have internet problems during the 10 Candles game? So it's 22 or okay. Your mother complains that her glasses cost $600 and scratches the hell out of them with her shirt. Oh god, yeah, no, don't. Yeah, my mum spends a lot on her glasses as well, from a really fancy optician and stuff, and she is the one who got me onto this really nice, like the spray with a proper glasses cloth and everything. To be fair, I normally look after my glasses well. Like, I don't have any proper scratches or anything like that on them, so... You use the wipes, but you get away with tissue paper when you can. Yeah. See, I find using paper scarier than using cloth, like my t-shirt, but that's... I know that's... silly. Oh, dedicated lens paper. Oh, right. Is that like the little damp wipe thingies that you can buy in packs? Because I've always heard that they're not really good for your glasses. Doesn't mean that I don't use them if I'm in a pinch, but like... Always thought of the anti-scratch coating. I didn't know that was an option, to be honest. I normally definitely get the anti-glare coating. Didn't know there was such a thing as anti-scratch coating. Big outage apparently. You're having fun doing those 10 candles go to around 8 AM net went. Oh my god. I suppose you don't have 4G or anything either, really, do you? Where you are? When you say wipes, it's a little packet that wanted. Yeah, exactly, yes. Hmm. Gotta admit that I just buy the cheap ones from Lidl. It's probably not the best thing to do, but I don't really use that other than if I have a glasses emergency. Signals patch at your desk, yeah, fair enough. You read one of the worst things for the anti-glare coating is going between extreme hot and cold, like a super hot car or a walk-in freezer. Oh, fair enough. I don't really have any way or anywhere super cold. So that's not really something that I normally have to worry about, I think. It doesn't really get that cold here, but I have to worry about the opposite, like a warm car into hot temperatures or cold temperatures. It's not really a good idea if it didn't help you yesterday. Was it yesterday? Thursday. It's more that I know that it's helped Nivian in the past if he's had if we've had an outage and or at work or something, he's just used his 4G. But yeah, if you can't get good signal, then that's not really an option. I do go to Specsavers, yeah. Should actually probably go again soon. I think it's been two years now, so since the last time. We've had such a horrendously expensive couple of months that it's not really something that's very high at the top of my list. Yeah, I've never really had any scratches on my glasses, to be fair. I've always been really careful with them, and I don't really need to wear them all the time, so that helps. I only really wear them when I'm at a PC or when I'm hobbying. Or if I'm tired, then I have to drive, and that's when I also have to, or should be wearing them anyway. Your insurance only covers the plastic lens. You've gotten a bit careful. No problem with this pair. Okay, cool. My insurance does not cover glasses at all, but like, I don't believe the NHS pays for glasses. Unless you're blind as a bat, I suppose. For me, it's more of a you should be wearing them, not you're legally blind without them. But again, we don't have American type of healthcare, so things are not that expensive. You can usually get, like, if you go to Specsavers, they usually have deals on for their basic glasses options, so you get the second pair for free kind of thing. So you pay 150 quid and you have 2 pairs of glasses, so it's not too bad. It's a lot of money, but not bankrupt kind of money. They pay for your eye tests. That's nice, yeah. And then you add $35 to get the anti-glare with it. You used to be all or nothing and insurance didn't cover the anti-glare. Okay. If you don't wear much, you get chronic tension headaches. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I need to wear them at the computer. It's just eye strain causing headaches and all-round bad juju. Strangely enough, I quite like how they look. Quite like the look of wearing glasses. Feel like they suit my face. Astigmatism is annoying and you get LASIK, but you don't want to deal with botched LASIK your whole life. Yeah. Nivian, I think, also has astigmatism, I think. I just have some scarring in the back of my eye from when I had a flare-up of toxoplasmosis about 12 years ago, 13 years ago. Rugby ball eyes, yeah. Anti-glare the same as transition lenses, part of one is the two. No, anti-glare is like that you don't have glossy on your. It's a coating on your lenses, so that when you take a photo, you don't the light doesn't reflect off your lenses, for example. Or if you're on a video call or something, that people can actually see your eyes rather than the light reflecting off your glasses. I don't know what transition lenses are. You're 53 and only... Bear with me. Just started wearing glasses. How much? And at that price, dare not take that bloody box. Yeah, well that's the thing, like... If you can't wear your glasses because they're too expensive or they stress you out, then you might as well not spend the money, right? So... I very much treat them as the usable item that they are, and treat them with care, like I do with everything that I spend money on. But don't stress over using them. You have to have injected in your eyes in a couple of months' time. Oh my god. Oh, that's cool. Transition. Oh. Just lost my sock. Because I don't like to wear... I don't like having tight socks around my ankles. I'm wearing really loose, comfy socks at the moment, and I'm sitting there at my desk, moving my feet around under the desk, and all of a sudden had a cold heel. I always feel like transition lenses, as to what they've been described, that they people who wear them, they always end up having lenses that are darker than they should be. Like whenever I see someone wearing them, they've always got, it always looks like they're wearing sunglasses inside. No, not even stolen. I've just been... Basically the beat is made you grow a load of extra blood vessels in the back of your eyes. Oh Christ. You made your own magnifier glasses for painting using bits from China and CNC. Yeah. I think that's probably not a bad shout from your partner, to be honest. I mean, you can just get a pair of like reading glasses from the pharmacy. They sell them here really cheap. You can get them for like $2.50. You can get a pair of reading glasses. If that's the like type of sightedness that you are. You have transition lenses. I know, see, I never... You must have good ones then. Never noticed it on yours. Paging Dr. White Wolf. After all, they start to lag. Dr. White Wolf to the front desk. Dr. White Wolf, please report to front desk. Oh, okay. The only times I really noticed them was when I was working in a shop, so that would make sense. People coming into the shop just to buy like cigarettes real quick, in and out kind of thing. Glasses wouldn't have caught up yet. That's fair. Only child point for 5 minutes of secretary voice. I don't know if I'd be able to keep it up. Hey Thijs, how are you? Unless your prescription changes first, which usually it does. Yeah, for me it's like, yeah, they say every 2 years come in and get checked, which I try and do, but I think September is when everyone in your family is myopic except you. Perfect 2020 for years. It's gonna happen sometime. Yeah. Time for a data dump. The cost of glasses are stupid inflated. You get charged premiums for special lenses like bifocal. You get the glass from Zenni Optical, but you need to know information that the glasses seller will not tell you. Frame size, pupil distance. Get those or learn how to measure your own. You'll save hundreds. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I think this is another one of those things that in the Netherlands, in England and Europe is probably better organized than in America. Because you can pay like 12 quid for an eye test. And depending on the frames you want to get, it's not all that expensive. Like a secretary voice redeem, kind of like text to speech. You type in a request and you read it. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. I would have to put a caveat in there so it wouldn't get me banned on Twitch, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to put a text to speech like a that someone would be able to redeem. I guess they would just have to tell me. Just type out the sentence that they would want. It's a good idea. I might add it. I don't feel like my my secretary voice is particularly good, but I'm happy for people to use their channel points to make me say stuff. Doing good, you hope your printer won't fall. 2 days ago it was almost fallen off your desk. You printed something for it. Of course, just a little too big. Super glued it to the desk. Hope it stays on. There's an option of setting up the point redeems through Twitch. Okay. Somebody says you had a 40-minute eye test. She was good. You will say your glasses are not extreme, but you realise now how good your sight was. Wow. Yeah, I never needed the glasses until, what was I, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. For me, it's just a matter of eye strain from PC use, mostly. Office work with sat behind a PC for 8 hours a day with a not great monitor usually. White Wolf isn't around, so you have to start me. Do you know about Taskmaster? What the TV show? I do know of it, yes. Mostly from shorts on like Instagram and stuff, but yeah. Bifocal are still hard to get from Zenni. You get ultra thin lenses, blue light blocking and transmission for about $100. Sunglass for 40, safety glass free crafting for 100. Wow, that's not bad. Yeah, I think normal glasses in England are, I want to say about £100. But if you pick some from like the basic Specsavers range, for example, you can get 2 for 1. So you get 2 pairs of glasses for the price of 1. So it's not too bad. Taskmaster superfan, there you go. Taskmaster actually wants to make a little skill. Oh, that's awesome! That's image right. Make it was painted again. Oh, the balls! There's some miserable bastard who doesn't want kids to get their balls back. Are you okay there, George? You're moving my camera, my guy. Are you okay? He's changing position and I just see like the camera should jiggle. That's engineering stuff, a lot of it is to do with optics, it's all pretty small. Optics turn smaller, etc. Jeez. I thought you were going to go a completely different direction with the Taskmaster question, yeah, Gary. I was expecting another redeem suggestion. Notice video lens perception has made depth perception on running cuts with the hobby knife very untrustworthy. Okay, that's interesting. I must admit I have noticed that when I paint eyes, like the pupils on Warhammer models, that I find that quite difficult to focus on. Doesn't help that usually by the time I get to painting the faces I'm already a couple of hours in and quite tired obviously, but I feel like it can depend on you being undependable, yeah. Being undependable. Just noticed that my stream closed captioner made that a completely different word, which is interesting. So your focal point is not made for Warhammer scale minis. It needs something 3 times as big to be comfortable. Yeah. I mean, my glasses are made to be focused PC level distance. So I should really be sitting here, but at that point it's like no chance. No chance. Funny how the first model of a range is always one that takes 6 times as long as it really should. Because I feel like there's not a single person in the world who would sit here happily painting a single ghost for an hour, just pushing some blues and whites around. I saw something the other day, someone was saying that because paintbrushes are hair, that you should just use shampoo and conditioner like normal. Zach's organismic self, thank you very much for the follow, I appreciate it. Yeah, let me focus on my my screen there for a sec. That was quite the name. Put a lot of thinned white paint on first for blade work. Helps you retro focus. Oh, okay. How are you, Zach? You alright? This is going to be interesting. Multiple Zachs. You want to do something cool today to keep up with the awesome from yesterday? Yes. Understandable. Any thoughts on what it should be? Robocrash, you alright? Apparently closed captioning is disabled for this content. That's interesting. Should not be. Should be an option on the side of the screen. Where are you putting the paint? You're gonna work metal stuff. Nice. No, you're there was a new follower who just joined and is also called Zach. See, there he is. You're good, thanks for coming from a rough few days. Found my next channel. Oh, I'm glad. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here. The very much the goal is to just hang out and have a chill time and find other people who also just want to have a chill time. So I hope you enjoy recovering from your busy couple of days. Here's a wall with one project. A welder is not the right one. Oh, that's annoying. Sitting here with this white blue from Pro Acryl, which is actually a really nice color, but the consistency is weird. And I don't know if it's because I am like half wet blending, half not wet blending. But it's strange. It's getting out of hand. Now there's two of them. The fellow Zach Ergomax is with a C. Insert GIF, yeah. Hi, cat. Yeah, he's just in my shady. Vivian, the cat says hi. Oh, there you go. Hello. How are you today? You all right? Fellow Nemans. I love how he immediately types out all the different spelling options. The struggle is real for the Zachs. Tired and sore, otherwise okay. So whoa, halfway there. Yeah, I'm alright. Trying to decide if I should hunt for a different blue, a blue blue-grey. I might just go for blue horror instead. We'll get similar results, I think. Because this is a strange... You have official documents with your name spelled wrong. You're kidding. You've been having it with your neighbor's landlord at the moment, despite your signing your name at the end of every email, your name being in your email address, and you're telling him how to spell it multiple times. Oh my god. What would a ghosty drink out of a goblet? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm wanting to sort of... I'm leaning towards probably blood or something problematic. And they might not drink it, but just carry it for maybe for this guy in case he wakes up, he might want to drink. I don't know. Thunderhawk blue is a nice blue. I don't think I have that. Like, I was quite happy with the Pro Acryl one, but it seems a little bit booze. Plasma. Yeah, there's nothing in the cup though. It's empty. Like. You had to stop a house closing because you were listed as married, but you weren't married. Oh, that's a good shout, actually, glow-in-the-dark resin. Well, that's what he meant, I imagine. Booze! I think this is quite blue in comparison. But I might use this and then just do edge highlights with the white blue from Pro Acryl. Or something. Zach does like a good pun, so... Yeah, see, this goes on way smoother, which is weird. Guess it's part of the process of learning your paints. What does a ghost say when they hear a bad pun? No. From a poltergeist. Oh no. Oh my god. You guys are the worst and the best. I love it. Ads. Welcome back. You told me a fishing one. I want to say yes. And I imagine if you start telling it again, I'll go, oh yeah, that one. But I can't think now what it was. You're about the diver who died after getting snagged on a fishing hook. No. Is it heavy? It is weighted. Let me check. Around there. So not particularly. Not released. Oh jeez. Oh no. They're the Hawk Miniatures brushes, or these are anyway. They're the Alex Paint, like deluxe or whatever. Don't know if they were deluxe or if they were, but they're quite nice. I made the mistake of I've abused this one. Unfortunately, I should have been more careful with it. And it because the tips on them were absolutely, look, this is a 3, and I used to be able to do really fine detail work with it because it's just a tip on it was perfect. But I've used it so much and not looked after it as well as I should have. So the tip isn't as good as it was, unfortunately. Try on next. See what happens if I go with Blue Horror. What's a ghost favorite holiday destination? The Dead Sea. Oh man. I should do a pun redeem. Like get a list of like really, really bad puns. And yeah, that'd be cool. Pray for your family about to do OSL airbrush headlamps. Ah, stress. No, you'll be fine. Control. Do it, yeah. Another bad pun. If you want me to stop coming by, just ask. Oh, do you hate puns? I'll also tumultuous relationship with puns. I feel like there's a story here. Is there a story? It's just talking bullshit. Maybe it's because he just doesn't like a redeem stealing his thunder. Exhibit A. You prefer your puns intended. Oh no. I think I normally find things that weren't supposed to be funny but are actually really, really funny, the funniest things. It usually happens in really inappropriate situations like funerals and stuff like that. You're not supposed to be laughing at something, but it's just so heinously funny for some reason that you just can't not laugh. Don't like how low-hanging fruit there's someone who's incredibly witty and probably the foremost comedic mind of our time. Rummy Bears, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. I mean, obviously we all know that you are the prime comedian of this generation. Oh no, pink. Didn't want pink in there. Did you hear the joke? That's a rhetorical question. No. How's your day going, Rummy Bears? Are you having a good Saturday, or is it a bit of a struggle today? You found us in the middle of a heated argument about... It's not quite heated, it's not really an argument either, about the validity of puns and whether or not I should add a pun redeem to my channel. We'll pay channel points to get a bad pun. Speaking of Prime, you introducing gift subs save Twitch a lot of... You bet reducing gift subs save Twitch a lot of money. I think every person who would have Prime subbed that instead got gifted. Oh yeah. Trying to decide what to do with the rest of yours, hoping that watching some hobby will inspire you to get some painting done. Nice. Sometimes your Twitch chat lags, it's not your fault. No, of course. How are you all? I'm doing alright. I'm very happy it's Saturday. I've had a very busy week this week, and I'm very tired. So I'm very happy that I'm sitting here painting my little ghosties. Currently in the process of trying to work out how I want to paint them. So I did the coach, and now I'm doing the ghost, and it's a thing. I'm like, hope you're good, just hanging out with the troublemaker before her movie night. Yeah, I've got movie night tonight. I'm not that much of a troublemaker, am I? I mean, I guess I am, if I can get away with it, but... You come here to procrastinate from housework or doing working on projects. Well, you've been known to have the stream on in the background on your phone whilst you were doing like metal work and stuff like that. 85% sure gift subs were a thing before Amazon bought Twitch. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me actually. Not really, but it's fun to call you one. Alright, Trouble. How would you phrase the phrase a secretary voice redeem, Gary? If you were setting it up, what would you call it, and how would you make sure that the person having to say the things doesn't get banned? Sexy voice being a point for them and not bit sub where it's a war crime. I don't feel like my secretary voice is a particularly attractive feature, but alright. You're named attention dog mart shoppers and then you have an explanation of what it did. I like that. Like supermarket tannoy kind of announcement. 25 gift subs and I will make sure she dresses like the secretary. I still have all my clothes from when I used to work in an office. Don't know if I'll still fit into them, but... Prime predates gift subs by a year. Oh, wow. I love how there's like no hesitation, like... Pay my girlfriend and I'll make her do shit for you. Alright. Don't tempt me, God. Yeah, I've already had that crazy Saturday a couple of weeks ago, and the per person or an accumulated number I think is probably per stream, I imagine. Otherwise it wouldn't be fair to the person who, like if it's one person who would pay for 25 subs, it's not fair if everyone else gets to reap the benefits between quotation marks. I don't feel like there's many benefits to me dressing up as an office worker, but here we are. Having to get the outfit on for every redeem, turn it into 10k point cost. 100k point cost. Jeez, yeah. I mean, I'd have to, for that I would have to actually walk away and get changed and stuff, so it's it would have to be a next stream kind of thing. Which makes it a little bit less interesting for the person who is redeeming it, I guess. Because they might not be there on the next stream. You need to sleep, I want to do something else at the same time, better get going. Fair enough. Thank you for hanging out, Diggermat, I had a good time. Livian could take over while you change. Yeah. He could as well. Sit in my chair, headphones on, and just... we call it boyfriend time, stream time or something. 13 minutes of talking about airplanes, let's go! He likes planes? Yeah, he went to Riyadh, the Royal International Air Tattoo, when it was on this year. He gifted it to his dad for Christmas last year. They went on a Friday and they had a good time, I have been told. He focused for about 20 minutes from Riyadh. God. They had to get an apartment thing about an hour away from Riyadh because hotels and stuff were horrendously expensive. Need to find some of your pics. The extended period of time spent with my 70-year-old father was the most difficult part. Oh, bless him. I feel like that's the thing that just happens when your parents get older. VC10s. you take any good photos? Airshow photos are so hard without the gear. He did actually take a couple of good photos. You should post them on Discord, Nivian. If you can be bothered. I went out for dinner the night before. We had a trans waitress. We referred to her as something wanting to transfer. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh man. Boomers. What can you do? Huge signing in the transfer window. Effort is everything. You find nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. Zombie, how are you? Thank you so much for the raid. You are too kind. How did your stream go? Hi, Baldy, you alright? How do? How do? Can I post pics in general as I don't have other pics general? Yes. Or I can just make a channel, I guess. Create channel. Other pics. Not other piss, other pics. Create channel. There we go. I think you should be able to see that. Welcome, Raiders. You're quite productive. You continue working Space Wolves. Very nice. Are you enjoying them? I quite like the aesthetic of them. I'm not a huge fan of what I've heard of the lore and stuff like that, but I don't suppose that really matters if you're someone like me who just paints. Other place make a movie, yes. You're currently, but it's the first attempt. Oh, you did say it's an army, right? You do it. It's a commission. Problem with doing such a large commission, I guess, is if when you get to 100, the first 10 or so don't look anywhere near as good as the last 100, because you've got so much practice in painting them. At least that's the stories that I've heard of large painting commissions like that. Yes, you can use the hairdryer, absolutely. Hoping to keep it consistent if you can is always a danger, yeah. Yeah, of course, you just use the hairdryer. 3, 2, 1. He's just sitting there typing and not actually using the hairdryer, funnily enough. Thank you for the speed paint keys. The chuckle behind me as well. It's disappointed that you guys couldn't hear that. It was really funny. Are you doing the normal troops first, zombie, or are you working on the characters? Assuming there's characters that you're painting. Poses some pics, awesome. Starting with a unit of blood claws. Oh god. Nice. Gotta admit, I'll probably have to Google that later because I don't actually know what those guys look like. Pretty much space rules with chain swords. Ah, fair enough. I should paint more 40k. Because there's some cool models out there. I just sort of prefer the Age of Sigmar aesthetic. I love ghosts and weird shit. I don't really have that in in 40k. Like my poor Sylvaneth would get absolutely shredded if they landed in the 40k universe. You only ever paint them on commission, but you do enjoy those opportunities. Yeah, that's fair. I just need to keep painting, because the more I paint, the hopefully inevitably better I get, and people will want to hire me to do stuff. That'd be nice. Post your work in progress. Oh, nice! I do want to see them. Oh, sick! Those planes are awesome. Oh, they are very nice, zombie. Those shoulders are wicked. Space duck marines, oh my god. I love the pond, like the lily pads and everything. That is fantastic. That is amazing. Still taller than I am, Bonnie. You're right. Not by much, but they are great. Where did you get the space ducks? It looked like something Epic Duck would do. I'm trying to remember where I saw ducks on Instagram the other day. Oh, okay, cool. It may have been your post actually then, Baldy. I think as far as social media goes, I feel like Instagram is the most wholesome way to get brain rot. You get all these awesome artists and what they come up with, and you're going to get some more ducks, mainly Pond Wars Star Wars ducks. I like that. Hey, Blue Sky at this point, pretty chill. Got to run, have a great stream. Thank you so much for the raid, Zombie. I really appreciate it, and thank you for sharing your photos. That is awesome. Sleep well and have a nice night. Maybe Blue Sky at this point, pretty chill. Is it still invite only? Or is it open now? Night night. I also feel like that's just a replacement of Twitter. More of a like text post than pictures. Or am I misinformed on that? Happily take a correction. Never known to be invite only, so you have to check. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, early days it was invite only, where you had to like get a code from someone to be able to create an account. Using the original printer, yeah. Enjoy your dinner, Baldy. Maybe Mastodon was. That's fair. Thank you for the lyric. That is possible. Maybe I'm just getting my Twitter alternatives mixed up. I am hardly ever on Twitter, to be fair. It's not a safe space. Apparently new age verification legislation, and they're asking for bank details or facial recognition. Oh god, yeah, no thanks. Why would they care? Like, say, are you 18 or over? Yes. Put in your date of birth. And if someone then isn't, then it's their responsibility. Like, if people want to lie about their age, then that's on them, right? Yeah, I don't think I would ever put bank details or facial recognitions on an app. It just seems weird. Like an app like that, anyway. You see, incompetent parents. Yes. Some friends have been locked out of their account if they refuse to do it. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's kind of crazy to me, to be honest. What else? Can you access your own NS? Yeah, yes, I can. Why? Oh, hang on, they've changed stuff. Verified age group. Oh, they've changed it. Take a video, selfie, or scan your ID. God, I'm gonna. If that's the case, I'm going to probably just get rid of that channel. Screw that. Yeah, legislation came into force yesterday. God. Have you checked yours yet, Kat? Yeah, mine has just kicked me out. All access to potential NSA has to be age verified with ID. Jeez. Seems excessive. Which would have been fine if the government put the onus on the ISP, but no. Yeah. That's very strange. What about corn sites? So Styro will just give Pornhub my full information so I can have a talk. Oh Jesus. That is bananas. Is that the thing that they've been there's a petition going around online to revoke a thing, and it was set to 140. It already had like 145,000 signatures on that petition page, whatever it's called, change.org or whatever. Like, all the information gets deleted immediately, none is stored, etc. Cool, so why do you need it? Am I going to have to submit it every time, or are you storing it somewhere? Apparently there's already an official petition. Yeah, see, that's what I think that's probably what I saw then. When I last looked, it was sat at, or I didn't look, but I saw screenshots of it being 145,000 signatures. That is bonkers, though. Yeah, exactly. Definitely trust these dodgy sites to not. Yeah, no thanks. Oh, this is going to have so many consequences. People getting their identity stolen. Yeah, good time to be owning a VPN company. Absolutely. Stonks indeed. Jeebus. Yeah, I will not be giving anyone my ID information. Come on. Blame Google for this. Why is that? Like, I'm not surprised, but why? We'll just end up deleting our channel. Doesn't get a huge amount of traffic anyway. No, same. I only had it because I've had there was someone who wanted to post something with boobs on it. It was just a bust of something, I think, or like a bit larger scale model, like a garage kit kind of model, but funny that something like this just gets put through, like legislation-wise. Like, there's been no talk of it whatsoever that I've picked up. Although I did admit earlier that I don't follow the news, so it may well have been in the news and I've completely missed it. Kind of a big backlash of stuff will just not be educated. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, what it will just go the other way around, right? We'll just not confirm that you're over 18 on it, and then pretty bananas, really. But it effectively creates the current way that ads get monetized, meaning unscrupulous companies can flood ad spaces with whatever they want. They go out into the most innocuous website, meaning that people only see the end result, which is kids stumbling across. Yeah. Yeah. But again, that comes back down to parents not monitoring their kids' internet usage, right? Yes, it's the way Google deals with stuff, but it's also parenting, and there's been a lot of people pissed off with this. Just not a place you'd see. All right, okay. I think I may have to sign that petition. Join the riot when they inevitably... I suppose what you believe is the correct way to do this, which is to regulate the fuck out of advertising online and have tech literacy classes for kids and adults. Yes. Yes. Also, I personally don't see why NSFW content should have advertising options at all. If someone wants to go find that kind of stuff, then by all means, but why would you advertise? Or why would they be allowed to advertise where just anyone can stumble across your ads. Deleted our channel. The wider implication of this too, it's a wedge in the door for the erasure of online anonymity. Yeah. More money, yeah. I'm gonna delete mine too. Delete channel. Delete. Goodbye. Oh, it's terrible. Really, really bad. It's just more monitoring. More Big Brother. Yeah, the more that kind of stuff comes out, the more it starts leaning toward like social credit and stuff like that. That's just scary stuff. Nah, you can't buy a house. You said something mean about the president 20 years ago. Right, you need to figure out dinner. Catch you later. Have a nice night, Cat. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And thank you for hanging out. South Park said something mean about the president. Oh, they sure did. And Paramount in one big fell swoop, I've been told. I haven't actually seen it yet, but I heard that they finally, after 1.5 billion, agreed to make another season for Paramount. And then in the first episode, completely trashed the shit out of Paramount, which is kind of a baller move, really. Not gonna lie, it's good. To be fair, South Park is usually pretty on point with social commentary of the ages. Cool. Let's touch this one up so it doesn't look completely different from the other one. Yeah, I hope South Park will always continue making their show, because it's one of the few places where no one is safe. Which I find strangely comforting. Orange Buffoon makes you rage. On top of everything, he can't even do the length of tie right. I mean, he can barely tie his own shoes, I feel, so... I feel like the length of a tie is probably a bridge too far. What does surprise me is that his staff doesn't know how to do it. So I'm pretty sure that he has people who pick his clothes for him for events and stuff. I think what I find more problematic than the actual Orange Buffoon is the fact that so many people vote for him. Well, that's a whole nother story. How on earth can you vote for someone who drove your country into the ground the first time? Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. His predecessor set him up to fail and spent all the money. I know. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It wouldn't be too problematic if if it didn't have such so far a reach or such far-reaching consequences, I suppose. If that country wasn't one of the superpowers in the world. But hey ho. Hey ho. At least we have little ghost men. And carriages.
Sorry.
How dare! How dare! We're talking about this? Musk rigged the election for him though. Through the voting machines, incredibly obviously. Yeah, it's just so well. Oh well. What I find more interesting is that George Bush he hasn't been a president for, well, however many rounds we've had so far, and he's still younger than the current president, I think. Thank you so much for the resub, Duff. I really appreciate it. How are you today? What's up happening? You knew it was going to happen, yet still. Yeah, that's it. Not too bad. Yeah, it goes alright. It goes alright. I am looking forward to the movie. Is it Keanu Constantine, or... Because I didn't actually check if there was a year on the... dog casually moving my camera stand. I've done a silly amount of beer, bring it with me to Mayo tomorrow. Nice. Keanu, yes. Awesome. That's what I was hoping for. I thought there was some reasonable options for beer purchasing near DJs, but I'm probably misremembering that. Especially probably not. It's hard to beat Dublin. What are you going to Mayo for? Just for fun or occasion? Constellation isn't there, so I'll just grab bits when you go over. Just heading out to see the lads because it's been too long. It's a good time for them. Nice. I like that. You say, lads, is John going to be there as well? So he doesn't live there anymore, does he? Oh, he's still there. Oh, I thought he'd moved. Or is he building something that's just taken a while? Possibly. We never hear from him anymore. It's sad. I know he's got stuff going on, but it's sad. He's good people. You miss building a house, what restoring an older one? Yeah, so rebuilding, yes. Gonna take a while. He's rarely online these days, too much work. Yeah. I mean, even when he is online, he's not really. He's more in your social groups than he is on the like the WhatsApp and stuff, which is fair. Like I know we all pick and choose our social circles. Just sad. Sad he abandoned us. Oh. What was that? Yeah, I'd imagine building a new house and with the amount of work he has, because he's always been ridiculously busy, he's not going to have an awful lot of time left. Just built a Claw Lord on Nob. Yes, why not? That's a really cool model. I reckon you'll have a great time with him. He was one of the earlier things that I painted, and I did not do the best job that I could have done, so I should probably eventually do another one. Our gaming store at the moment is selling Skaven Tide at 50 quid off, which is tempting, but we still haven't finished the first Skaven Tide box. We still have models in there that haven't been painted or built, so that's just my my FOMO. Doesn't mean super chatty on WhatsApp either most of the time. You just make a point to meet up often every few months to catch up. Ah, that's nice. Will be a side project? Yeah. One day we'll make it to Ireland. I promise. Keep telling myself. With 5 liberated and almost all the Skaven. Yeah, I think Nivian did most of the Stormcast, but I've done like one one pack of clan rats, I think, and I've done 3. I don't know, 3, maybe I've done more of the ogres. But, yeah, hardly any. So, quite a lot left still to paint on that. Just not super high priority at the moment. Like, I do want to paint them eventually, but they're not. I've got more interesting stuff to paint. Although saying that, like, I do really like the clan rats. I find them really fun. Maybe I should. Like, they are the kind of silly that I enjoy, so it's it'd be nice to have both Spearhead painted. Your brother can come over, you can roll some dice, yeah. Yeah, Nivian is powering through the Knights army that he's putting together. I don't know how much he has left to do for his game. Is it next Friday? The week after? Yeah, touching your Stormcast down. Why not? Two weeks yesterday. Okay, cool. Yeah. He has a little bit of time then. Hence your tank. Ah, of course. How's it going with the OSL? Still not touch a tank, same. Same. I feel like with an airbrush and stippling and stuff, it could be potentially a fairly fun and quick job. It looks awful. Abandoned. Oh no. Is it too much? For what it's worth, my first OSL was an absolute disaster. My second, not much better, but at least I'm not hating it this time. Funny enough, orange ink over gold doesn't really show up well, even with a white layer in between. Oh. What kind of ink are you using? Is it transparent ink or... Have you tried it with just normal paint? You're thinking of patterning the wings on Squidmar Dragon? Yes. What kind of pattern? You wanted to stain the white. Yeah, what kind of pattern are you thinking? Hashtag's dry brush, yeah. I mean, you can use normal paint with your airbrush. Sketching the textures, the membranes are very smooth, yeah. I like the ideas of veins and stuff. Do some more research on airbrush OSL. Yeah. That's an option. I feel like we've all watched the Byron option with dry brushes, but I feel like airbrushing is a whole different ball game. Not sure entirely you'll experiment. Yeah. That's the joy of painting. Thank you, Bob Ross, for that phrase. I think that our local hobby store is thinking about doing a painting competition at some point. At least when we had our last painting class, Wes was sort of hinting at that being a thing. I'm gonna have a real good think about what I would want to enter if that goes ahead. For your 59 points, you need to finish this white knight, rebate your centerpiece model knight, and then touch up one of your old armor units and you're done. Yeah, that should definitely be achievable. Considering you have 2 weeks, nearly. If you need, I'll do like housekeeping duties and stuff for a bit so you can have some more time to work on that stuff. Centerpiece model won't be finished, but it will be enough for the tabletop. Yeah. It'll be more than enough for the tabletop. It looks awesome already. You should share some photos in the Discord of that night. I think it's really cool. Slapping on paint. Don't like sharing things on Discord, like one of the... Oh. I don't agree with that statement. Like using the urinal next to a porn star. Wow. Experiment like he did in college. Yeah. Yes, I am in the UK, yeah. About an hour away from White Wolf, I think. Less psychedelics. Why is that, Gary? You have a green card, what do we... Oh, I moved here before Brexit. I've been here for over 5 years when the official border close came into effect. So I had I could apply for permanent leave to remain. I think now it would be a lot more difficult. I think I would need to have a job already, or be married, or well, something like that. Anyway, it's not as easy now. I was lucky to move when I did. See, I agree with both Ben and White Wolf on this one, Lillian. I feel like you should give yourself a bit more credit. For Brexit, we had the same rules as the EU, basically no board to live and work. And yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then Brexit happened, and it was a lot more difficult. Ooh, thank you for the stretch. That was a good stretch. Thank God for Brexit really reduced immigration and solidified the sovereignty. Absolutely, right? Really fixed everything. Your residency also isn't tied to your employment status like a green card. No, exactly. You watched a lot of House of Commons streams around that time. Yeah. Oh god, why would you put yourself through that? Hiding your light under a bushel again. Post your photos, you champion. Can't move anywhere without also paying US tax unless you completely disavow legally. Yeah. Oh, there was so much misinformation around Brexit, it's not even funny. People had no idea what they were voting for. Oh yeah, everyone... misinformation and propaganda are the way to get stuff, so... The way to get what you want if you're... if you shouldn't be getting it to begin with. Oh shit. Oh, I can smell it, yeah. Waiting on the next Scotland referendum. God, yeah. I wouldn't blame them, to be fair. Oh shoot, I should be wrapping up because movies. Mothers. Right, we've got three ghosty guys nearly there. Just needs some highlighting, but the base colouring is on there. Let's see if that light will pick that up all right. They are, yeah, not perfect, but they're... At least I have the colour scheme now so that I know what kind of colour I want them to come out as, and then I can play with that when it's... when I get there. Oh, I forgot my snack! Right, let's have a quick look to see who is out and about in Streamerland. Trying to get my keyboard here without... Should make like a keyboard mount on a wall or something, just out of the way. I'm in the middle of a ranch of ghosting college about to drink. Yeah. Hello, how are you, Margaret? You alright? Catching me just as I'm about to. Oh, you missed me already. Oh. Let's have a look to see who. It's gonna be Professor Grimm, of course. Yeah. Right. I am going to send this over to Professor Grimm. What is he painting at the moment? I can't actually tell because his camera is either really low resolution or it's focusing on his hair or something. But we'll go over there. Bad timing as always. It's just because I have a movie night tonight, so I'm stopping a little bit early. Thank you all so much for hanging out, for the chats, for the laughs, for the follows, for the subs. I really appreciate it. And stream schedule is sort of accurate. I think it says 3 till 7. I think, off the top of my head. Let me have a look if it does. I'll have to have a look later, but yeah, it's sort of accurate. But yeah, I'll be here on Wednesday as usual, and yes, I'll create the raid now. I will send us over shortly when the raid becomes available. I really appreciate everyone. It's been a blast again, and hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday or on Saturday when I'm back again. Bye bye.
Marine party of 20. Holy crap. How are you guys? How's it going, man? Sadly, I don't think I'll be finishing any projects today because I ended up hurting my eye, and it's making it so really, and it's making it hard to focus on any details. So you're gonna see me doing a lot of basing today, guys. I'm just giving you that heads up right now. Slap paint on and be done. But Black Dog, how was your stream? And for those that have never been here before, I am Professor Grimm. Basically, I just paint a bunch of different stuff for different like games and now because I've kind of fallen in love with indie games, but I have got myself back into War Machine because there's a guy locally that's trying to get people into it, and